So, good morning, happy Monday. It's a very tired Monday. It is 10 past midnight as I record this into Monday morning, and I've bust out a full 10 videos today, plus a podcast with Kenny Ken, part two of that podcast, by the way, which went on for an hour and 20, and then did 3 watch-alongs back to back to back, including the Juventus game, which I've never done a Serie A watch-along. Something I'm going to be doing a few more of other leagues as well. So leave them in the description, comments even. Leave them in. It's been a long day. Leave them in the comments and let me know what leagues and what games. Obviously, it has to tie in and around Premier League and stuff like that, because obviously this is an Arsenal and Premier League based channel, mainly Arsenal, but obviously I do other leagues, and that's something I want to branch out to. And you lot have been absolutely fantastic as well. So big up everyone on the streams, the 3 watch-alongs in a row. Aaron Ramsey actually scored Dybala's goal, by the way. If you haven't seen Dybala's goal, what a goal. Go and check that out. Ramsey with the assist. Maybe bring Ramsey back. But there we go. Listen, thank you for all the love. The weekend was lit. It was lit. The channel's been growing from strength to strength every single day. So long may it continue. And don't forget, Leicester watch along tonight. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Let's speak about him. And he's looking kind of glum in that picture. But it's another Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, Aaron Ramsey scenario. There's been so much talk and hype about Aubameyang. But he's issued a little positive one. But he done this over 2 months ago. It was the 6th of January. He put in the programme notes as the club captain when we played Leeds United that he doesn't listen to rumours. He thinks it's all rubbish. It winds him up. And he's happy at Arsenal. He's happy at London, in London, and blah, 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 blah. We're over, 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, something like that later. And he still isn't anywhere near signing a contract by the looks of it. Now he has come out with a statement, a little few comments here and there, and yeah, he said, "I love the fans here, and when I was younger, I used to watch Arsenal because they always had great players, and yeah, they won trophies as well." This was the Premier League that he told, cited by the Daily Mirror. So I think it's really a pleasure to be here. I'm really happy. I think that's the feeling. He was then quizzed on a few other little things that are irrelevant, really. And then the article just basically goes on to talking about links to Barcelona, to Real Madrid, to Inter Milan, and stuff like that. Now, a report came out last week, or earlier. Yeah, it was last week. It was the beginning of last week or the week before. Which suggested that Aubameyang wanted £300,000 a week. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But let's be real here. He's worth every single penny of that. Yeah, and I don't rate players being on 300, 400, 500, 600 grand, whatever it may be. A lot of players in the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, Aguero, Salah, Harry Kane, these are all top players that are all on less than our number 10. I have to throw that one in. And I think that they all pretty much deserve their wage packets. They all produce 8 times out of 10, maybe 7, 8 times out of 10. They're constantly 7s, 8s, 9s every single week. Aubameyang's that guy. Aubameyang is the only world-class player we have in our team. And he is the only guy that could walk into pretty much any team in the world and not look out of place. As for the rest of them, well, less said about that, the better. But when I look at Kevin De Bruyne, 200 odd grand a week, Sterling 200 grand, Aguero, one of the best strikers I've ever seen, by the way. I think he's brilliant, Aguero. He is on less than what Aubameyang wants. Is Aubameyang worth 300 grand a week in terms of his value to the club, in terms of his goal output, in terms of his attitude on the pitch, in terms of his attitude off the pitch? We were all told he was a problem. He was a drama. He was going to be hard work. He's got an attitude. He's a flashy idiot and this and that. I think he's worth every single penny. If he wants 300 grand a week, find a way and give him the money. But at the same time, like I said, he has been linked with other clubs. And the longer this goes on, the longer this is another Alexis, another Aaron Ramsey, another Mesut Ozil. Now, we are paying Mesut Ozil $350 a week. For me, personally, that not only because he ain't worth half of that, and he had a nearly 3 times pay rise on that, and nearly a 300% pay rise from what he was on before. Not only that, that is crippling us because Aaron Ramsey, although he's on 400 grand a week at Juve, and before people go, oh, it's before tax. Yeah, I know it's before tax. It's still 400 grand a week. When you go for a job interview, just say, oh, don't give me the salary, just give me after tax. Give me that figure. You don't. It's before tax. So it's the same in football. Every figure is before tax. So when we look at Aaron Ramsey and what he apparently wanted at Arsenal, this has set a precedent now because players like Aubameyang, players like Aaron Ramsey are going to be looking at Mesut Ozil now and going, boy, that guy's not really doing it. And he's on $350 a week. Yes, he's got the PR game. Yes, he's got the marketing pool, perhaps. But I don't care about any of that. I care about what's happening on the pitch. Without Aubameyang, Jesus Christ. I see a stat the other day, and these are misleading, these stats, that says without his goals this season, we'd be 19th. Cool. We're not playing with 10 men every week. Without him, we'd have somebody else in there. So we probably wouldn't be 19th, but they wouldn't be as relentless as Aubameyang. But I've seen a lot of talk and a lot of hype from Aubameyang, and I've seen conflicting stories. I've seen Aubameyang coming out saying that he loves the club, like he's done again. If you love it that much, mate, sign the deal. You know, Tony Adams loved this football club. He didn't even look at the contract. He signed it and went, yeah, cool. Didn't need an agent. Yeah, I'm signing that. I'm playing for Arsenal Football Club, mate. I'm the captain. Boom, done. Yeah, it didn't matter how much he was getting paid. Didn't care because he played for the love of the club. So if Aubameyang does love the club, which in my opinion, I don't think he does. He don't love it like a fan does anyway. Listen, I like Aubameyang. I love him. Yeah, he is a brilliant striker, which is why he should be played up front. But he does not love the football club like we as fans love the football club. Don't get me wrong. When he goes on the pitch, he works, he tries. And this season, I think he's been a lot more clinical. I think that his work rate off the ball has gone up levels this season, which is something I criticised him for last season. I don't think without the ball he was that great. But I think that without the ball this season, he's been absolutely superb. Is he going to stay? Or is he just doing the, oh, well, I want to stay and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this is cool. And then he walks off for free. Because if he comes to the 1st of July this year, he's then into the last year of his contract. And we can't afford for him to go into the last year of his contract. He's already got all the power, yeah, because he's into the last 16 months of his contract. And we're pretty snookered. We have to give him a deadline. We have to say to him, look, we'll give you that much money. We'll give you that much bonus, whatever it may be. You're the captain of the club. We want to build the team around you for the next couple of seasons. We'll do whatever it takes to get you scoring every single week. And we've got to do whatever it takes to do that. We have to set him a deadline on that. And if that deadline is the 30th of June, before it goes into that last year, so be it. If it comes to it and he hasn't signed, we have to be ruthless. He is a £60 million striker, even at 30 years old, maybe even more than that, you know. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I love him. I think he's quality. For me, he's the best striker with movement in and around the box in the Premier League. Yeah, Harry Kane's decent. I like Harry Kane as a footballer for England. Yeah, he's relentless. Yeah, the guy is so clinical. But for me, Harry Kane's movement's not in the same ballpark as Aubameyang's. Aguero, I think, is one of the greatest strikers I've ever seen. Like, he reminds me so much of Batistuta, and I loved him as a youngster. But for me, again, Aguero's brilliant. And I think Aguero is better than Aubameyang, don't get me wrong. But movement-wise, Aubameyang's got the most elite movement in the Premier League of any player in and around the box. So yeah, it's a tough one. Let me know your thoughts on it. Would you sell him if he didn't sign the contract by a certain time? Or would you just let him run down his contract in the hope that he does sign and hope and pray it happens? We see that with Alexis, and it got down to 6 months, and then we swapped him for Mkhitaryan. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. He's been absolutely mustard since he got to Arsenal, and long may that continue, hopefully into next season with a new deal. But we need to get this wrapped up real quick. Barcelona are going to want him. Real Madrid are going to want him. Inter and PSG are going to want him. You imagine him with Neymar, Mbappe, Jesus Christ. But there we go. Listen, have a wonderful Monday, whatever it is you're up to. Don't forget, I will be back at 5 o'clock this evening with a look ahead to the Manchester City Arsenal game. hopefully I'll be a bit more positive about that than I have been over the weekend. And then at 7:30 tonight, I will be doing a Leicester versus Villa watch along. So all have a wicked Monday. Thanks for all the love recently as well. Do subscribe. Do check out the links in the description for the Instagram memberships if you want to check them out, or hit the join button. And also my Facebook as well. So have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you at 5 o'clock. Leave it in the comments about Aubameyang. Do you think he's going to sign or not? Laters, peeps.